All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Ultimate Marks podcast. We are back up here for episode number 11.
11.
I don't know, they all seem to blend together here, but it's great to have you back up here. You know who I am, Dan Giza, and of course, let me put him up here on the screen. Matt Rossman, what's going on? Welcome back to episode 11. How have you been?
I've been good, bud. How about you?
Good. Enjoying the quarantine life?
Loving it. Loving it. I love not going anywhere and doing it. I saved so much money. It's great. I love it.
So yeah, I mean, what's new? Has anything changed? I mean, it's been what, 2 weeks? Yeah, because last week we were off for Easter. Did you have a good holiday?
I had a good holiday. I did. It was a little colder than expected, but it was good. How about yours?
It was nice. I went back to the Burg, down there in Pittsburgh to see some of my friends, family. So that was nice. I needed that, especially with everything going on, as still did the social distancing as much as possible, but kept it safe. And, working on my home gym here. Got some more equipment, so that's all set up. So life's been good to me so far, as was that the Eagles once said? One of those rock songs, Joe Walsh. Anyway, let's dive in here. We do have a lot of news and notes to get in here, and actually, while I'm pulling that up, I'm going to pull that up here on my phone, because I can't view it on the computer screen, so I don't screw anything up here. Just bear with me here 1 second, folks. Okay, here we go. So we have to start off on some very sad news. You probably heard on Thursday, we lost a legend in this business. The late, great Howard Finkel, 69 years old, passed away April 16th, born in 1950. Your thoughts, Matt, on losing this icon, in my opinion, the greatest ring announcer. Nobody did it better than Howard Finkel.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. I read a lot of wrestlers' thoughts. They shared their thoughts and their memories, and he just sounded like he was just a gem of a guy. Like, he genuinely cared for people. And the business, and it, I didn't know much about him. I knew he was, I've heard him and know how good he was, but to hear what he would do backstage for people and stuff, just sound like an awesome guy.
He had that distinct voice here, and, he would say, "A new World Wrestling Federation champion, The Rock!" It was just, anybody that imitated a ring announcer was emulating the Fink. Because again, his voice was the soundtrack for how many years? He started in 1975, became a ring announcer in 1977, first WWF employee in 1980. In my opinion, they took him off TV way too soon, but went into the Hall of Fame in 2009. And I believe the last time we heard him on WWE programming was at the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw when he announced the Undertaker.
Okay.
So we'll always remember him. It's a shame, gonna miss you, Howard. Anything else you want to say about the passing of the Fink here?
Nothing. Got nothing.
Okay, well, the bad news keeps on rolling here. Let's get into these list of release. I'm going to just go down the list here. You knew this was coming. Due to the coronavirus, WWE had to make some cuts. As of now, this is the confirmed list. It's a long list here, but I'm going to read all these names here. List of wrestlers that have been released by WWE. And then we can, talk about some of the big names here that were released. Tino Sabatelli, Cesar Bononi, Mars Wang, Tanara Conti, Nick Comoroto, Alyssa Marino, Dan Matha, MJ Jenkins, Deanna Peraza, Alexander Jaksic, Rusev, No Way Jose, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Primo, Epico, Eric Rowan, Sarah Logan, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, EC3, Drake Maverick, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Heath Slater, Eric Young, and Leo Rush. So just looking at that crop of names, Matt, what do you think? Surprised?
That's a lot. That's a lot of people. For as hard as WWE was fighting to keep people, I'm blown away that they just dropped and released people. I mean, Luke Harper said, or Brody Lee said that up until the last day of his contract, he was getting offered money. They were throwing money at him. They did not want him to leave because they were trying to retain everything. So to just release everyone like this is kind of confusing.
Well,
I'm not a big fan of million-dollar companies just releasing people like that, I think that's. I know everything's a business, but uh, I don't know. I guess the good thing about it is there's so many other federations now: NWA, AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan. There's places for these people to go, uh,
But
but it's tough to lose your job, man.
where are you
That's
gonna go when there's a pandemic? That's the
yeah,
pro. That's the like. Normally, honestly, I think these releases in a normal environment, yeah, it's fine. Release them and they can go work elsewhere. But where the hell are they gonna work?
right. No,
Where?
I see AEW taking 3 to 4 of them. I see NWA taking. I see a lot of them getting work. I really do. I can't imagine someone like Rusev not going somewhere. No
He's a
one.
good hand.
He's. I mean, he's put himself. He's got himself over so many times. He knows what he knows the business. He knows what it takes. Rusev will get signed.
Leo Rush, good hand, really
Rush
good. You know.
will get signed. It sounds like Zack Ryder and Cody Rhodes are good buddies.
Yeah.
Who,
Drake. Drake Maverick. My
Yeah.
heart poured out for him when he made that video. I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw.
I-
He just looked like his dog died. I mean, it was just
Yeah,
because that guy you could put him anywhere and he was entertaining.
yeah. Him and EC3. My predictions: EC3, Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, and possibly Kurt Angle will be going to AEW. I think the rest will go to Ring of Honor or NWA. I expect NWA to shell out some cash, try and get some people, because NWA is pretty entertaining. It's got a really old retro feel to it, and I could see them going to throw some money at to try and elevate that. I see Gallows and Anderson going to back to New Japan. I do.
Okay.
So I see a lot of people getting signed. Not that it's not a big deal. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like that, but there's a lot of avenues for these people to take now, which is great news for them. That's the silver lining in it all. Is there's places for these people to go.
Okay. Once everything opens up, and that's the problem. We don't know when that's gonna be. So the independent scene right now is essentially destroyed. You know?
It's on a hiatus, yeah, for sure.
Let's get into the producers. I want to read these off. Some of them were furloughed or released. Now, Kurt Angle was released. Billy Kidman, Mike Rotunda, Pat Buck, Fit Finley, Sean Devari, Scott Armstrong, Sarah Stock, Shane Helms, and Lance Storm. Now, I see some of these guys and girls being brought back. Like, if they furlough them, you know, they still get their benefits and everything. And once all this ends, you're going to need agents to produce these matches. So I see a lot of these guys and girls coming back. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely see them coming back. When the time comes, who knows who. If I'm one of them and somebody offers me some money, AEW or somebody offers me money, I'm leaving personally.
That's it.
I'm out. If I'm not good enough to keep now, I won't be with you when things are back good. That's just the type of pride. That's my ego. That's my pride. Getting in the way. But yeah, absolutely. I see them bringing them back. Absolutely.
Let's finish off the names here. Coaches from NXT: Serena Deb, Kendo Cashin, Chris Guy. Then announcers: Aiden English, Jerry Soto was furloughed. Referee Mike Chioda. That one surprised me. He was there for 31 years.
That was extremely surprising.
Great ref.
It makes me think he asked for it. Like maybe like, hey, you know what? I'm getting a little older. Been doing this a long time. Maybe I can, maybe I'm completely wrong, but he's not somebody who I would let go. I mean, he's the most 10-year guy you have. I don't think you let him go. I don't think you release somebody like that unless there's a little bit more to the story.
Okay. Let's finish off here. Creative Andrea Listenberger, who apparently wrote the Dolph Ziggler, Mandy Rose, Otis Dodovich storyline, which was one of the best things going in the company. So that's kind of a shame to see. Somebody that actually had a creative idea, and there was a creative storyline that culminated at WrestleMania fortunately out of a job. And then other on-air talent, I have Hosea Williams and John Cusado, and that does not even include people at the headquarters. God knows how many other people were laid off or released. So yeah, not an easy time here. And I did want to finish up here in terms of releases here. The Revival were released on April 10th. It was announced that the release was immediate, indicating they do not have a 90-day non-compete clause, and both their contracts were originally set to expire this month. Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder. Your thoughts on the Revival being released from WWE free at last?
Long overdue. I feel like that was in a rap reference. The Locks. P Diddy wouldn't let the Locks go. I feel like Vince was P Diddy and he just would not let them go. Long overdue. Excited for them to be out in free agents, man. Go be free. Go live your life. Go be able to do your own creative avenues instead of WWE handcuffing you. Go show what you can do, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Now, I feel they should make their debut in front of a crowd. So I would hope that would be the ideal situation, and then you do the big feud, the Young Bucks versus the Revival.
I like it.
Two different styles here. No flips, just fists. And honestly, in a perfect world, I would love to see them managed by goddamn Dudley Do-Right mother, Jim Cornette. He would be if he could, but he said so much shit about AEW, it's never going to happen. But in a perfect world, he would be the guy to manage them against the Bucks. That would be epic.
But you know what? I think both of those guys are really good talkers. I don't think they need a manager.
I feel they do. I think they're kind of bland on the mic.
I think I like them. I think they're good for what they do. For like you said, no flips or fists. I mean, they just talk. They just I like them. I think you're absolutely right. Bring them out in front of a crowd.
Yes.
But do you sit on the Revival for 6 months? You know what I mean? If it's going to be 6 months before you get a crowd back going, who knows? It might be a year. No one has any idea. Do you sit on them and pay them for a year?
Man, this sucks. This is terrible.
Tough.
It hurts. To me, wrestling just, hasn't been the same since we haven't had crowds. I mean, I can watch these shows, but at least AEW, I like what they're doing. With having the wrestlers around the ring.
Yeah,
that's at least made the shows more watchable. But we'll see. We'll see. I did want to, as Michael Cole would say, switching gears here. I hate that phrase. God. Let's talk about again the rest of the information on the release here. It occurred on Wednesday. WWE announced the move is resulting in an estimated monthly savings of $4 million, with an additional cash flow improvement of $140 million, primarily from the deferral in spending of the new WWE headquarters that was scheduled to open this year. I think in total they will have $500 million this year, so they're making record profits still. So hey,
and you're cutting all these guys.
Hey, pal.
Record profits, and you're cutting all of these people.
Well,
I just I don't.
Well,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Are you surprised?
No, not with Vince. No, he's got to do what he can because he took that big ass L on the XFL.
Well, hey, perfect. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about it. So this past week, the XFL filed for bankruptcy here due to the ongoing COVID-19 situation. The league canceled the remainder of the season after the 5th week of play, and while the original plan was for the league to return for 2021, they decided to close the league, and it would not come back for a second season. So it failed in 2001. Think about that. In 2001, it was probably a bad year as well with 9/11 happening, and now we have this year, they bring it back, and now we have a pandemic. Let's never bring back the XFL again.
Yeah, nothing good can come from this. Nothing.
Bad idea.
Other than he hate me, nothing good ever came from the XFL. No.
Your thoughts? I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, it was a smart move to make. This is going to go bankrupt. Are you really going to have this effect? He's already lost how much money? You don't want to lose any more.
Right. No,
Fold it.
I get it, but I don't know. Sometimes it takes time to make your money back. I guess he's got better financial advisors than I do, but I don't know. They're talking about bringing the NBA back in the next month or so,
Hmm.
Starting baseball up. I don't understand why you can't start football up. Just have it with no crowd. I mean, yeah, I know you generate revenue that way, but you're also generating revenue by playing your games on ESPN or ABC or whatever channel they were on. I don't know. I think it was too early to fold, but I hate Vince McMahon, so I'm glad I just nobody wins in this. You know what I mean? You got players who are looking at this as their next chance. Another shot at making it to the big leagues. So that's tough to see that, but I hate so.
Well, let's talk about money. Money, 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 money. I need money. I just need to throw it. Because Money in the Bank is coming up, folks. That's right. It's coming up here on May. I'm going to flip my calendar here. May 10th. Money in the Bank. It's going to be the most unique Money in the Bank of all time because we have just confirmed that the men's and women's ladder matches will take place from WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. The matches will begin on the bottom floor of the building, known as Titan Tower, and the matches will continue through 3 floors, and the Money in the Bank briefcases will be up on the roof. The participants must make it to the roof to get to the briefcases. The content was filmed earlier this week, and holy crap. You know what? I think this is great because, hey, you got to make the best of a bad situation. They've got my attention. I will be watching Money in the Bank. What do you think of this?
I will not. Ladder matches, to me, are the best matches. Think of WrestleMania. One of the best matches was the tag match, and it was a ladder match.
Right.
And it didn't have all 6 guys. It had 3 of them, but like ladder matches to me are some of my favorite matches. I think they put on the best show.
But this could be fun.
Right. You
don't care.
You could have done anything else. You could have created another type of match and had that as that type of match. I don't know, man. I love ladder matches, and it's extremely disappointing to know that basically the one ladder match this is a ladder match. It's not going to be. I don't like it.
Really? I thought maybe give it a chance. Wait, you gotta give it a chance.
I like the idea of this match.
Yeah.
But you don't take away like a ladder match. Just make this as something different. Make it for the Intercontinental title. Have a whole bunch of people fighting for the Intercontinental title and have the title on the roof. Have that style match for the IC title, or have it for the Raw Women's title. Have it for something. Don't do it for the Money in the Bank. I love a ladder match. I love the think of how many iconic shots there are of Zack Ryder taking the belt off, getting the IC title. Dolph Ziggler grabbing the Money in the Bank off.
Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, the IC title.
Like that's a look. You know
Triple H, The Rock.
It's an iconic look. You just completely eliminated that so you could have this stupid ass match. I don't like it. My
question to you is, who's jumping off the building?
Shane McMahon.
Wait a minute! Shane! What the hell? That's a 50-foot building! Oh my god! Shane McMahon is dead!
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hardy?
Whoever needs some time off. You need some time off? Do it that way. There you go.
Oh my goodness. We'll see what happens May 10th at Money in the Bank. Let's talk about next year. WWE originally announced this week they were going to be going live, but now they actually backpedaled on this, and it looks like they will be airing taped shows from the Performance Center due to the pandemic, and they've decided to tape like weeks worth of content going forward here, and originally there was a lot of blowback from them announcing we're going to go live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm like, that is the dumbest idea that Vince could have done, and I'm actually glad that they've reversed course here. I'm like, why would you run the risk of flying these guys and girls going into airports, going into Florida? What if one of your members of the roster gets sick? Then the whole thing could get shut down. So I think this is the smart move to make going forward. Matt, your thoughts on them adjusting their tapings going forward?
It's not a good look. I mean, yeah, you're right. Do it all at once.
Get it over with.
Let's, it's just, Yeah, it would have been irresponsible to do it 3 times a week.
Mm.
If you did it once a week, I'll buy
Mm.
once a week. Fine,
Hmm.
I'll allow once a week. But to do it 3 times a week, that's just, to me, it's irresponsible.
Yeah, we know who made that call. Hey pal, we're going live. Like, why? Why?
He's an idiot.
Well, I'm a genius. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But let's real quickly here talk about the ratings. I did want to talk about Dynamite. For the second week in a row, NXT beat AEW Dynamite. They edged them out. They had 692,000 viewers. Dynamite had 683,000 viewers. So the ratings are clearly down. Obviously, I just think these, shows from empty arenas, it's just not work. I mean, I'll still watch AEW, but it's obviously still
Yeah.
not the same. Your
Right.
thoughts on them being beat by NXT 2 weeks in a row?
I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised.
I mean, they're both down. The numbers.
They're both down.
Big time.
Yeah, significantly. And they just edged them out. I mean, a win is a win. Don't get me wrong, but the show's just not the same. You know what I mean? Like the Moxley match.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad.
where
I'm sorry.
I just didn't like it.
I was bored.
It was boring. But to see the extra people out during the rest of the show
gave it a little bit of life.
It gives it the life that you need. But yeah, it's tough with that empty arena, man. It really, really is tough.
Okay. And then let's finish up here. We got a couple more stories here. Let's talk about Double or Nothing. It will still air on pay-per-view on May 23rd. Get the screen up here. AEW announced that Double or Nothing will be emanating from a different location. It was originally scheduled for the MGM Garden Arena, but was forced to change due to the coronavirus pandemic. Double or Nothing 2021 will take place at the MGM Garden Arena on Saturday, May 29th, 2021. Fans who purchase tickets can get a refund via the point of purchase or use their original tickets at the 2021 event. So, not a huge surprise here. Double or Nothing will probably be airing from wherever they're taping in Georgia, or maybe they'll go back to Florida. This is a move that I was kind of hoping, well, maybe things will get better by May, but that's obviously not going to happen.
Right.
Shocked, surprised?
Not shocked, not surprised. Glad they made the right call. It's the right call.
Yeah.
But I felt like AEW kind of was ahead of the curve with canceling stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with how small they are. It's the right move. Definitely right call.
It sucks, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I was really looking forward. We'll see. Are you still gonna buy it on pay-per-view? Can you buy a show without the?
I would assume
You're gonna still watch.
I'll still watch it. Yeah, I'll still watch it.
I believe I'll split it with my buddies, so that's what we're planning on doing. So I'll still watch, like I said, but I can see why some people wouldn't want to pay. Hey, it's up to them.
Yep.
So last but not least here, this was something else. WWE was deemed essential business by the Florida governor's office. And that's how they've been able to air taped television. You're wondering, how is this possible? Well, they're apparently essential business. And the Florida mayor, Jerry Demings, was asked about WWE being allowed to continue operations during a press conference. Demings said that originally WWE was deemed non-essential, but that changed after some talk with the office of Governor Ron DeSantis, who, ironically enough, I believe, received $18.3 million from a super PAC that Lyndon McMahon is a part of. Your thoughts?
It ain't what you know, it's who you know. That's all there is.
I'm not surprised.
It ain't what you know, it's who you know. I'm not surprised.
Apparently, Money in the Bank happened early.
Is it that big of a deal? Yeah, you ain't kidding. Is it that big of a deal? No. I mean, it's not like you've got a bunch of randoms coming in. You know what I mean? It's not a convenience store where you just have hundreds of people cycling in and out of that store. It's the same people that's there, whether you tape it or I'm not against it. I just think it's hilarious that it wasn't essential. And now all of a sudden it is essential.
I'm sorry. As much as we love professional wrestling, essential my ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not worth the risk. I'm worried somebody's going to get this virus. And then guess what? You're going to have to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Hey, it could happen. It could happen. That does it here for our news. A news segment here that I did want to kind of incorporate. I know you don't have anything to talk about for this, but I did want to bring up my WWE Network picks for the week. If you guys are looking for good stuff to watch and you have the WWE Network, I really recommend checking out the Stone Cold Broken Skull session with Ric Flair. I don't know if you should watch it. It's really, really good here. Let me pull back. There we go. Okay, I got the big screen up here. Also, what I've been watching here, I'm going to be watching WWE Unforgiven 2001. So that's going to be next year on my list. I'm going through the entire years of WWE. So I've started with 98. Now I'm on to 2001, in the heart of the invasion, and I can see the mistakes that they've made. But Unforgiven 2001, which emanated from my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, yeah, like I said, if you guys are looking for something good to watch, I recommend the Broken Skull session. And also the Edge documentary. The WWE 24 special was really, really good. So, those are my picks here for the week. And Matt, you said you don't really have anything.
Actually, I watched Ruthless Aggression. I think it was on Fox Sports.
Mm-hmm.
It came on, and they had three things. One was about Evolution, one was about Brock Lesnar, and one was about John Cena. And they're an hour long. They were actually really, really good. I didn't realize so much about John Cena when he first started, and his path to basically being on the Mount Rushmore of WWE. Ruthless Aggression. Check it out if you got time. I think it was on Fox Sports. I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only three that I've seen so far. I don't know how many they have, but yeah, it's about the Ruthless Aggression era, basically. Check that out.
Oh, nice. And real quickly here, I pulled up the card. I just wanted to go over a couple of the big matches on Unforgiven 01 if you're interested in checking it out. And we had Christian versus Edge for the Intercontinental strap. We had Rob Van Dam versus Chris Jericho in a WWF Hardcore Championship match. We had The Rock versus Booker T and Shane McMahon in a handicap match for the WCW Championship. We had Rhino versus Tajiri for the WCW United States Championship. And in the main event, I love these two guys, Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship. Unforgiven 01, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, from the old Mellon Arena. So that'll be great to go back and watch, guys. And one last thing here, Matt, let's one of my favorite segments here, This Day in Wrestling History. 10 years ago, I don't know if you remember this, WWE presented Monday Night SmackDown from the Izod Center in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Raw roster was stuck in the United Kingdom due to an erupting volcano in Iceland. Air travel out of the country was banned. And SmackDown, since they didn't go to Europe, they got the call. Hey, we gotta fill the show. Otherwise, they're gonna have no wrestlers. So they pulled out Lillian Garcia, who was in retirement for one night to handle the ring announce duty. And here's the card for this show. We had Drew McIntyre defeating Matt Hardy. We had The Undertaker defeating Jack Swagger. We had, I don't even know who these guys are. Vladimir Kozlov, remember him?
Sounds like big, huge white guy, I think.
2-on-1 handicap match. He defeated some jobbers. Edge, Rey Mysterio, and Triple H defeated Chris Jericho, CM Punk, and Luke Gallows. And in the post-show dark match, Triple H and The Undertaker fought to a no contest. Do you remember that Monday Night SmackDown?
I don't remember that. No.
I do. I remember that from back 10 years ago in 2010.
Okay.
Man, you look at some of those guys. They're still there. Matt Hardy's still going. Drew McIntyre.
Undertaker.
Taker. Yeah. So I thought that was something pretty cool to look back on. Anything else you want to say here before we wrap this show up?
I got nothing. I'm the champ. That's all I got.
The champ is here. All right. Well, folks, I do want to say thank you all for tuning in here to episode number 11 here for the Ultimate Marks podcast. We will be back up here in the next couple weeks here, giving you, our thoughts on the news and notes that go on in this wacky, crazy world of professional wrestling. So yeah, Matt, like I said, any plugs you want to get in here before we close out? You good?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Well, you know where to find us here. YouTube.com/DanielGaza412. Follow me on Twitter at DanielGaza412. Facebook.com/DanielGaza1994. Links can be found down below in the description box.
No, it's not. You changed it. It's not 1994 anymore.
DanielGaza412. I'm sorry. That's a Freudian slip. I got my mind elsewhere. So, yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Enjoy self-quarantining. I'm going to go build a puzzle. So thanks for watching the Ultimate Marks podcast, and until next time, we are out. Have a great day.